Hey everyone, and welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV, where last time we took on our Leatherworker level 15 quest, skipped most of the crafting log because we're gonna be able to gather a lot of these materials soon anyway, and got ready to move on to learning our next trade. We are going to be learning today the art of carpentry, how to use wood to make all sorts of tools. Greetings, adventurer, and welcome to the Carpenter's Guild. We are the artisans who take wood and grant it new form and purpose as the archer's bow, the lancer's spear, and the novice's shield. If carpentry holds any appeal, you should consider joining our guild. Might you be interested in learning the ways of woodworking? I am indeed. Wonderful, wonderful. Before we proceed, I think it only right that I acquaint you with our guild's storied past. Since the founding of Gridania, we have built our homes and crafted our weapons from the trees of the Twelve's wood. As our nation grew and prospered, the woodworkers' repertoire expanded to encompass a greater variety of articles, and carpentry developed into an art. At first, there was no association of carpenters. Each individual worked and sold his services independently. However, the advent of water mills meant that more efficient construction methods were needed, along with formalized maintenance regimes, all of which necessitated organization. The Carpenters Guild was founded to oversee the operation of water mills and promote cooperation between woodworkers. Now, I must mention at this point that we owe much and more of our prosperity to the Great Loam Growery. Thanks to the hard-working botanists, we are blessed with the finest lumber in all Eorzea. This confluence of ideal circumstances allows us to provide all manner of goods and services to the people of Gridania. My apologies, that was rather longer than I intended. Still, I trust you have gained a greater understanding of our guild. We expect our members to drink deep of the collected wisdom that the guild has amassed over the course of its history, to actively seek an understanding of wood and the techniques required to work it, rather than simply waiting to be taught. We expect, in short, nothing less than total commitment to the craft. That's what they all say, but I seem to be doing fine with spreading my commitment to among every guild. If you wish to start down this path, speak to me once more. I shall explain to you the enrollment process. Alright, let's get started then. Would you like to learn more about the enrollment process? Of course, that's why I'm here. Wonderful. I should mention at this point that Timbermaster Beaton assesses all would-be apprentices personally, so you'll need to obtain his approval before you begin. Timbermaster Beaton can be a harsh and unforgiving man, but if you love the craft and have the will to learn, you could ask for no better tutor. He is, quite simply, the finest carpenter in Gridania. Of course, it will take you some time and no small amount of effort to comprehend the full extent of his teachings, but you may rest assured that he will not lead you astray. That said, when you meet him, I would advise you to choose your words carefully and, resist the urge to run away. Uh-oh. Do we got another, Jiva situation? Are you gonna be just as harsh as she is? Another green adventurer come to play with Saz? Well then, I suggest you first speak with Oh, you've met Korg, have you? That is well, but know that the decision to initiate you into the guild rests with me. Tell me, adventurer, have you a mind to devote yourself to the art of carpentry? I do indeed. The look on your face bespeaks determination, or mayhap trapped wind. Still, you look strong enough to hold a saw, and if your resolve is indeed genuine, I'll give you leave to remain, for the time being. However, you are useless to me in your current state. You are as a seedling, some potential perhaps, but no more like to thrive than perish. Experience is what you require, girl, and I shall give you the means to acquire it. Take this saw, it is old, yes, but sharp as needs be. Now, prove to me that you are not completely incompetent by taking up your new tool. Once you have done so, present yourself to me for inspection. Alright, we got a tool, a bunch of shards, and let's go ahead and equip our saw to get started as a carpenter. Alright, go ahead and create our new gear set to go with it, and where are we going to place that in our sorting? Looks like very top. Alright, let's just move you all the way up. Unfortunately, I can't do reassign set number because that just swaps with whatever is currently in that position. If I'd done reassign set number and put in 4, Blacksmith would have moved to the bottom and my sorting's all ruined. Alright, beaten! Let's do this. Timbermaster Bean is testing fledgling carpenters by challenging them to craft maple lumber. Good, you have proven that you know how to grip a saw, but do not mistake it for a mere tool, for it is a part of you. Of your arm. And can you put down part of your arm? No. Mark me then, if you do put it down, and worse, lose the bloody thing, I shall use mine own saw to demonstrate to you the pain of losing a limb. Yikes. Ah, but I jest. One-armed carpenters are scarcely half as useful in my experience. In any case, merely holding a saw does not make you a carpenter, whatever some might think. You must become one with it, and learn to feel with it as you work the wood. To which you must first know the wood. Demonstrate your knowledge by bringing me a length of maple lumber. Maple lumber is made from maple logs, just so. Our man Fariel, by the entrance, will furnish you with such logs for a nominal price. Of course, any fool knows that fresh-cut logs are laden with water. To guard against decay, we use wind shards to hasten the natural drying process. Do not forget to do the same. Alright then. So, we can go and harvest those logs from the wild by using our... by using our botany class. However, for this first carpenter episode, we're not going to do that, just because I don't want to have to deviate away, go grab a whole bunch of logs as a botanist, then come back. So we are going to be buying our logs from Fariel for today, but after this episode, I will be trying to harvest all of the logs myself, every single one of them. Which means this will probably be the first class where we are completely self-sufficient. Probably. There are a few things which we do need to get from other classes, but our base materials, we are going to be as self-sufficient as we can be. Anyways, with 3 maple logs, we can craft some maple lumber. Immediately bumping us up to level 3. It always does that, I love it. And let's go ahead and hand over the lumber. As I mentioned before, Fariel has maple logs in his stock, as well as many other materials you may require. Or if you are ready, show me what you have brought. I brought some lumber for you. Yes, I feel it. The wood tells all. There were no careless cuts. Saw and carpenter moved as one, as if dancing. Do you see this grain, how it flows softly like syrup? Durable yet pliant, suitable for weapons and armor both. This, child, is maple. Trace the grain with your fingertips and memorize the lines. Consider every characteristic when choosing your materials. That is what it means to know the wood. The maple lumber you have brought me is acceptable. You have passed its first test. Yet, for all it has grown, your knowledge is still lacking. You must needs learn more. A true carpenter knows the qualities and uses of every tree in the forest. When you know the lines of the maple better than those upon your own hand, return to me. I shall have another test for you. Until then, child. Well, he doesn't seem nearly as bad as Jiva so far. Alright then, let's go ahead and check if we can equip anything new at level 3. Nope, that's fair enough. Probably not till level 5 or level 8. And let's see, what are we going to need for crafting? We need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 maple lumber. So let's go ahead and quick craft that real quick. Oh, no. You know what I forgot to do? This is the thing I always forget to do. I need me some food. Do we have any frumenty? Yes. I'm really gonna need to go back and craft some more crafting food soon. Okay, we need 6 more of these. It's a small bonus to my experience, but it is helpful. Alright, level 5. Let's see, any new equipment? Yes, Amateur's Claw Hammer, so we now have our secondary tool, bandana, chassis, and patents. Nice. Alright then, let's get to crafting. We're also gonna need 1 hempen yarn. Alright, 1 hempen yarn. 1 animal glue, 1 ragstone, and 1... oh dear. Okay. A ragstone, a hempen cloth, hempen yarn. I think I saw leather in there. I want to see... I can probably craft that myself. 1 animal glue. That was the other thing. Alright, let's switch to leather worker real quick. Make ourselves 1 leather. I have got to stop accidentally hitting that button while I am open, while I have a menu open. That is a huge problem. Nope, not blacksmith. Alright, let's get to crafting then. I believe that is everything we're going to need for level 1 to 5. Let's make some maple clogs, which are good for... looks like crafters. Alright, our bonus is our progress is 15 per step. Got it. Ooh, if I could just have 1 more point of quality for each touch action, that would be really handy. Alright, next up we have a maple short bow, useful for archers, which we have not picked up yet, but we will be soon. And then I think their next equipment availability will be at level 8. Alright, next up we have a bone harpoon for lancers, which, again, class we have not unlocked yet, but we will be getting it here in Gridania, just like the archer. So that's exciting, we're gonna already have those ready to go. Alright, we got Master's Mend, I'll put it up there. Next up we have Amateur's Grinding Wheel, which is useful for goldsmiths. Next up we have maple pattens, which we already have regular ones. I believe we're wearing them, but we can go ahead and make a high quality pair. Alright, let's go ahead and see if what we can equip. We got a new bronze saw. Nice. And I should be able to just stick those patents right into my inventory and equip them. And yes, I did get around to clearing out my inventory a little bit. I was able to free up not a lot, but a bit of space in my armory chest, which is so appreciated. Next up, we have an amateur spinning wheel for weavers. And we're getting 18 progress per step now. Alright, and the last thing we're making is a square maple shield for gladiators, thaumaturges, and white mages, and black mages. Alright then. Let's get you crafted. And that is it for Carpentry for today. Got us up to a nice level 9. Let's go ahead and move those over to where they belong. And with that, next time on Final Fantasy XIV, I'm going to off-screen make sure I've marked down everything we're going to need for our next set of Carpentry Crafting Log. I'm going to gather that all as a botanist, and make sure we are completely ready to go. So next time on Final Fantasy XIV, it is time for Carpentry Level 5. I'll see everyone next time for that.